that piece of glass that hit my chest should have killed me. It was a quarter of an inch from my heart. But the crazy thing is, it wasn't even the first time I should have died. Here's what happened. I was chasing my cousins through the house in Pocatello, Idaho when I was young. And they had a screen, we had a screen door that had glass on the front, the top, and the screen on the bottom. And unfortunately, the screen on the bottom was gone. So I was running through the house. My cousin was chasing me. My hand went to where the screen used to be, and it wasn't there. And my head hit the glass. The glass just shattered, went straight onto my chest. And we were all freaking out. And I was like, oh no, I'm in trouble, right? Because I had broken the glass. But it was one of those non-safety glasses back then. And it literally shattered and went straight into my chest. And it was a quarter of an inch from my heart. I remember laying on the ground when my cousins and brother took me to the bathroom and laid me on the ground, and I'm breathing in, and I could hear it gurgling, and so it literally had punctured my lungs. And I wasn't really that concerned yet. I was obviously not. I was scared because I knew I was in trouble because I'd broken the glass door. And I'm laying on the ground, and then one of my brothers or cousins went and ran and grabbed a neighbor, and the neighbor took me to the hospital. I remember getting to the hospital, and when we got there, he got us out and he took me to the emergency room, and he was really panicked. And when we put me in the chair, he's like, it's right there, right by his heart. And I just immediately panicked. I was like, oh man, I didn't even think about that. And I just immediately went into shock. But then I went in and got all sutured up, and it was the most painful experience of my life. They literally would put shots right into my chest to numb it. But to make a long story short, I did survive that day. And I know God had a plan for my life. I survived that. The crazy thing, as a child, I've had multiple experiences. My brothers they call me the Energizer Bunny because it's like I'm on my 9th life. The other one, I was just a real young toddler, and I ended up going across a 35-mile-an-hour street that was next to our house in Pocatello, Idaho. And my little dog, Honey, actually escorted me. So probably the reason why I was saved is the dog. The dog knew I shouldn't be out there by myself, and I literally, the store owner, I ended up going into a store, a convenience store, and the convenience store owner was like, what the heck is this young kid in diapers doing here by himself with a dog? And he called my folks. But that was probably the second time that I could have died, and I didn't. The third one as a youth was we had a creek behind our house, and the creek was it was one of those dry creeks most of the time, but this particular season we had a really bad rainstorm. And so during that rainstorm, my brothers and I were going, at least one of my brothers and I were going to a convenience store that was behind our house. We had to cross the creek, and across the creek there was a pipe, a big pipe, and we would always just walk across it. But there was so much water in the creek that the water was actually going over the pipe a little bit. And my brother made it across, and everybody made it across the first time, and it was great. It was pretty scary, but we all made it. Then on the way back, they made it across, and then I was on my way across, and I slipped, and I fell. And I just was able to actually just grab onto the pipe, just barely. And the crazy thing about that is if my brother wouldn't have crawled out there to get me and pull me out, I more than likely would have died. Just probably 20 yards down the road of that creek was a grate, and that grate was so powerful that I believe I would have gotten stuck, and I would have perished that particular day. So I know God has a plan for my life, and I'll actually tell you even later on in this series a much more recent event. But the consistent thing is I know that God has a plan for my life. And I want you to know He has a plan for yours. And I'm excited for you to just walk through this journey of my life with me. I think it's very important. So this next one, I think you're going to be surprised.